Hello everyone and welcome to my brand new channel. And as you can see, we're starting things off with Football Manager 24. So pretty much what this is going to be is it's going to be a non-league to pretty much winning glory type of save. Um, just to let everyone know, I will be playing other games other than Football Manager, but I just wanted to start things off with a game that's like it starts off simple, easy, and fun, and it can turn into a nightmare as you progress. So anyway, with this save, I haven't really come up with a name for it yet. I'm thinking something like The Road to Managerial Success or something like that. If you guys have a better name, you can put it in the comments below. So, before we get into it, I do want to lay down a few ground rules, four to be exact. So, rule number one is we'll be starting in the National League North, which is the lowest tier of English football that's in the game. Obviously, there's also Vanarama National League South, but I don't really want to touch South because I'm more familiar with the teams in National League North. I think the only team that I can pretty much recognized from National League South is Maidstone. And that's only because they got relegated from the National League like a year ago. So that's rule number one. Rule number two, I want this to kind of be like as realistic as possible. And so I'm going into the save with what my actual coaching resume is, which you guessed it, is no footballing experience, which is pretty much Sunday League, or coaching experience. So I'll be starting from the bottom in both categories. Rule number three is no real world knowledge. So I can't go into a save thinking, oh yeah, this player will be good and start typing in their name. No, none of that. I can only go off what the scouts and the people that are actually being paid to do, like all the scouting reports and stuff. So I can only go off that. Even if I think that player will be good, if it doesn't appear in my scouting reports, I can't get the player. And the fourth rule is, so this is with job hunting. I know a lot of people probably have questions about job hunting. So how I like to do it is I personally don't look for jobs unless I'm under threat of being fired or if I feel like I've taken this team all that I can. So it's pretty much a situation where, like, because that's how I feel like I would do it in real life, where if I'm cushy, everything's going well, why would I need to look for a job? But if it's like I'm seriously about to be fired, it's kind of like a look before you leap kind of scenario where it's like, oh no, I got to find another job as quickly as I can before I get fired. So those are the scenarios in where I do look for jobs. Now, this really isn't a rule, but rule number five, and this is kind of how the series can conclude. So for me to complete the series, I need to win the Champions League, the league title of a top division, and a domestic cup, and I need to do all three of those things with the same team. Because that's pretty much puts myself in good stead and in glory with that team. I pretty much will be seen as a legend in their eyes, and that's when the series will conclude. So without further ado, let's begin this, shall we? So as you can see here, we are on the team selection screen. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, how are you going to decide between all these teams? Well, normally it would be a situation where the team that lives closest to me, I would just choose that team. However, there's a problem with that. I don't live in England. I live in Australia. So, trying to figure out which team is closest to me from where I live would be pretty difficult. So, I have a solution. Follow me, shall we? Alright guys, what we have here is a Wheel of Fortune type roulette. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be clicking this spinny majig, and whatever name it lands on is the team that I will have to manage, or my starting managerial team. Now, as for who I want personally, obviously a better team will equal an easier time like a Scunthorpe or a Spennymoor. I think South Shields are pretty good. Even Tamworth could be interesting. I think the team that I don't want is probably Russell. They seem to be the worst team in this division, from what I can tell. So I just say without further ado, let's give it a spin, shall we? Drum roll, please. Here we go. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? What's it going to land on? Oh, God, please not Warrington. Alfreton Warrington. That is not good. All right. So I guess we're going to have to manage Warrington. A team that is predicted to finish 22nd. Ew, this is not good. Alright, so as you can see, I have the lowest stats and everything. Now, people, you probably want to know what my managerial style is. I like to liken it to a Marcelo Bielsa type, where it's an attacking type of tactic, and if it works, things are looking rosy. But if it doesn't work, things can just fall away pretty quickly. So Warrington have today confirmed the appointment of Mark Hinton as the club's new coach. There I am. That's me with very red hair. Eyebrows have been raised in the soccer world at the appointment, and I know some people might not be happy with the word soccer. I think that might be a translation to, because in Australia, we don't call it football, we call it soccer because we already have a football that's called football. So, at the appointment of the inexperienced 27-year-old, he's sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at Eunice Compliance Stadium. He replaces the previous head coach, Mark Beasley. Hey, they're replacing a Mark with a Mark. I mean, how bad can that be, right? Alright. So, this team, their best spell was during the 2010s, although they're now enduring a 7-year barren spell, having not won a competition since 2016. But these are competitions in the lower division, so... Alright. Oh, yes. Okay, so they implement a 4-2-3-1. Thank God. Because a lot of these Vanarama teams love to employ the 7 at the back. Now, me personally, I prefer 4-3-3 over 4-2-3-1, so when we get into the players, we get to have a look. So I want us to finish mid-table. So that should be doable, unless our team is just putrid. Alright. And yeah, we do all that. Okay. So, here we go. So we just accept the Visions board. So before I do my tactics, oh wow, that's not a lot of players. Okay. Do they have any youngsters I could potentially... So this guy's out of contract. So what I usually do with out of contract players is I just release them. Because they're like a hamper on the budgets. And you want to be careful, especially at this level, with the budgets. Okay. So we only really have this guy, but he's nowhere near ready for the first team. So this Andre Wisdom is, oh wow, he is, man, he must be the captain or something. He is awesome. And then we got, so let's look at ability. This guy's 41? My God. He's been at this club since before I was born. Actually, no, he was at Oldham recently. He's only joined this. Who the hell would sign a 41-year-old, though? This has to be his last year, surely. He seems to be my best center back. Okay, so we got... Okay, so this is looking good. So I think, yeah, it's looking like we can employ a 4-3-3, which is pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so get ready for my tactics. Now, I love a good gegenpress. That's my jam. So I like to, since like my team's pretty attacking, I like that extra cover defense to make, so it's like a 4-3-3. Now, I'm going to show you what my tactics are like. My tactics are like. So I actually prefer to do attacking over positive, because I feel like with positive, teams tend to attack you more. And while, yeah, if you're in attack, you tend to be counterattacked more, but because this is kind of like a lower level and the finishing's not as good, it tends to be alright unless our team is complete atrocious and I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm just glad that the board doesn't really have any expectations on us. Just as long as we don't start losing all our games. Okay. So we're going to look at the squad planner. So, okay. So we have like a pretty good keeper. Oh, wait, yeah. So we have a good keeper. Oh, wow. Okay, so left back we need. We got... Well, he's the right back. Unless we have a cover for right back. No. So we need defenders. Okay, yeah. So we can put him in there. We have the midfield pretty... Do we have wingers? Okay. And we don't really have a striker. Okay, so it seems like we don't really have enough players. What's our budget looking like? So we're going to immediately... 396. We're going to struggle trying to... So usually what I do is I never try to go over budget. So unless it's like barely over budget where I feel like we can eventually kind of make up that deficit. All right, so everything's looking good. So what I'm probably going to do now is I'm probably just going to jump ahead to bits because, you know, who wants to just watch me just click the entire time, and I'll stop at points where interesting things happen. So, all right, guys, our first transfer since we started at Warrington has been brought in. Ronaldo Krasniqi. I hope I didn't butcher that. He's a 20-year-old central defender. He's 6'4". Look at that jumping reach. His heading could use some work, but I just know this guy's going to be a beast at set pieces. So I knew I needed to bring in another centre back because I did not want to have to rely on a 41-year-old to bail us out of certain situations. So Ronaldo, I'm just going to call him Ronaldo. He's in. And if you look at the transfer budget, we had 26, I guess, pounds. I think that's the currency, pounds. We're 26 pounds over budget. We could easily make that back at some point in the future. So everything's looking good. Pretty much, I've had to spend most of my time hiring staff since literally they had no staff to begin with. They literally had like 2 coaching staff and that was it. So yeah, let's hope that this is all we need to do before our first fixture. Alright guys, and we're ready for our first game of the season, and I gotta tell you, setting up this starting 11 was very difficult. Because if you look at this, for some reason, even though it doesn't say they're injured, these two, well, I think this guy, he's out of contract, so I'm going to release him. I only just realized that guy was out of contract, so he's gone. Josh Arms, who's going to be my striker, for some reason it says here he's injured until October. I don't know why. It doesn't have the injured thing. And then Chris Wood, who's also injured from last season, who was going to be the winger, he's also injured. So I've had to do a little bit of chop and changing. I mean, this is an utter travesty, this guy having to be my striker. I've had to put Krasinski at defensive midfield. I can already tell that I only have 2 subs because I have no one else. Unless I want to start putting in youngsters like this Deacon Smalley. But I don't think he's ready, and I don't think he would add much of a difference. So this is not a good start. But anyway, here's the team. We got Atherton in goal. White, who's our only left back. He has to play there. We got Clark and Gums. I'm a bit worried because he's only a 5'10" centre back. Wisdom, my star player, right back. I can already tell if we don't get promoted this season, national teams will come calling for this guy, and we must keep him at all costs. Krasinski at defensive midfield. We got Harris and Williams in the base of midfield. We got Buckley, Ricketts, and McDonald on the wings, and Gravozzi up front with Walker and Hannigan as the subs, because the other 3 refuse to play because they're claiming injuries. So let's get into it. I'll be shocked if I win this. If I win any game. Alright, so you're probably wondering how I set this up. So for me, highlights, I go key highlights. And then I just raise this up twice. And then that goes up there. And yeah, everything's good. Replays on. I like the director angle, so everything's good. Alright, here we go. Kickoff time. We got White passing it off to Clark. And that comes to nothing. I'm a bit worried. I don't think I've ever managed a team like this lacking in depth in the National League before. In the National League North before. Oh no, it's their highlight. Oh, they hit the post. Okay, that's worrying. Okay, it seems like Southport's getting the better of us. Oh wow, okay, they're having all the shots. Oh, okay, so we finally got on the board, but I'm guessing the shots weren't that great. I'll be shocked if I score a goal in this game with my attacking output the way it is. See, I didn't even realize that they were injured until I was, like, trying to pick my team. Okay, we got Buckley Ricketts. Oh, shoot! Yes! Gravozzi! Matty Gravozzi proving that stats do not matter. I can't believe we're winning. That was a great goal. Now let's just hope we don't concede immediately after we scored. Okay, McDonald, what's he going to do? He's passing it off to Wisdom. McDonald, he's running down the flat. Oh, what a ball to Gravozzi! Oh, so close. It looks like it was touched by the keeper. Alright, here are the corners. Just pass it to the head of Krasinski, which it did hit, but because he has no heading ability, it went way over the bar. Alright. Okay, head the ball. Oh, no. They've equalized. And right before halftime, too, that's going to hurt. Alright, well, let's go to the second half. So we haven't been too bad. We've had our chances. So let's hope the second half proves better results. Alright, so he's passing off the White. He's running down the wing. He's crossing it in. Oh, no. Okay, so. Oh, Williams. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. It seems like we're getting the better of Southpaw, which I like. But we got to get that second goal. Ah, that was poor from Wisdom. He shouldn't have had a shot there. He should have just ran and crossed the ball into the box. Okay. Oh no. Oh, I hate those moments. Oh wow, that was a terrible header from the Southport player. Come on, boys. We have better XG than them. We should be winning. Tactically, we're set up pretty well. It's just... Oh, no! He saved it! Williams almost had a goal. Come on. You know who to aim for. The big bopper in the middle, Krasinski. Oh, is that a penalty? No! Oh, are you kidding me? Oh. Come on, Atherton. Oh, no. Alright, so we're going to immediately go very attacking because we're also going to demand more. Because we shouldn't be losing this game. I don't even know if I should make any subs because they're both for defenders. Oh no, Sam Williams has gone down with an injury. Can Krasinski go into the midfield? No, he cannot. Okay, I guess we just got to put Declan Walker in there. Well, I'm glad it's only him because we're actually having a replacement come in soon for that Mazzala role. So hopefully it's a loan. Hopefully that loan goes through. Oh, it's 3-1. This has not been a good start. And we looked so good as well. Come on, boys. Gonna demand more again. Alright, so Walker's got the ball. We're just passing it back to front. Going to McDonald. And oh, he's hit the post. We should be having like 5 goals by this point. But different frames of the goal have denied us on multiple occasions. And I'm kind of surprised that the highlight kept going. And our left back is having a terrible game. We're going to replace him with our only other substitute who can't even play left back. Come on, boys. At least get a draw. I'll be happy with a draw. Because if you know anything about the Vanarama North or National, you can score goals pretty quickly out of nowhere. Yes! Jay Harris! Oh, what a goal from outside the box. Come on, boys! Encourage. Well, I can't encourage during a highlight, so... Encourage the boys. Come on, we can do this. We just need that highlight. Are we going to get it? No, we're not. Well, that's unfortunate. I did feel like we were the better team in that game. Let's hope we get in that Mazzala as soon as possible. How long's he injured for? Only 2 to 3 days. That's not bad. Alright, well, let's just head up. Let's just continue to the next game, shall we? We have some sad news, guys. The guy that I was trying to get on loan, Harry Titsmarsh, has decided to go to Rockdale. Well, that's a shame. Who's this guy? Who's my director of football trying to sign? He doesn't even look that good. He's only 16. Well, let's hope we can find someone else because the lack of depth this team has is concerning. All right, guys, here's our team for the second game. It's pretty much the exact same team because we literally have nobody else other than these two who are on the bench. I hope we can, this one kind of upsets me. Let's just hope we can find some new players real pronto. So we're going to submit the team. I'll just pretty much name them off again. Atherton in goal, White, left back, Clark, Gums, centre backs, Wisdom, right back, Krasniski, Harris, Williams, midfield, Buckley, Ricketts, McDonald on the wings, and Gravozzi, who was actually pretty impressed with in that first game. He got one goal. He probably should have had 3. He was denied by the post twice, and I think hit the crossbar once. So, yeah, we're pretty much going in, same tactics. Even though we lost the game, I did feel like we were the better team, so let's hopefully we can get a better result against Blythe. Come on, boys. It wasn't our week last game, but let's get some points on the board. All right, it seems like we've started off pretty well. And we've laid it off. And Andre Wisdom puts us 1-0 up against Blythe Spartans. That's what I want to see out of my team. Oh! Who was that? I think it was McDonald. He almost scored an absolute screamer. Okay, so we're looking pretty good because you need to remember, we're only projected to finish mid-table, so having a win-loss kind of back and forth is okay, just as long as we finish in those mid-table spots. We're not projected to do anything spectacular. So we're 1-0 up. We're going to go into the second half. Hopefully we just don't throw this lead away like we did against Southport. I'm surprised with the lack of highlights here. All right, we're on the attack. Harris got the ball, pass it off to White. Buckley, Ricketts. And that's a corner for us. We know who we're aiming for. Krasinski with the header, but it was straight at the keeper. I mean, look at our shots compared to them. I will be fuming if something happens and we don't win this. Oh, that was a really good free kick, but it was saved by the keeper. Their keeper's having a pretty good game. And what was that, Buckley Ricketts? That was a terrible first touch. All right. We're going to take off Williams for Deacon Walker. I mean, we've absolutely battered them on stats. I'll probably keep, in case there's an injury, I'll probably keep the other substitute probably in my pocket just in case we get an injury and we need to defend this 1-goal lead. Wisdom is running down the wing. Is he going to cross it? He does, but it was straight to the Blythe defender. But we got the ball back. White, what's he going to do with it? He passes it back to Harris, to Krasniski, to Wisdom, to Buckley Ricketts, who puts it just wide. Honestly, it should be about 4-0 by now, but I'll take the victory. You got to take victories in the National League North when you can get them. And our entire back line played really well. All right, so after 2 games, we're 14th. That's not too bad considering the team that we are. All right, yeah, we got our, okay, so we're getting some scouting reports. And an offer for this guy who does not look good. I do not want a striker with a finishing of 7. All right, so, see, we're here. So we're probably going to come back for... Okay, yeah. So we're probably going to come back for the start of September. And probably do Brackley away and Spennymoor. Probably do Brackley away and Spennymoor at home. So, thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the video, please subscribe. And until next time, see you guys.